be a good interview. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm doing right now is chatting with two of my very favorite people, my favorite actress and my favorite conqueror. The actress happens to be Marilyn Monroe, and the conqueror happens to be Attila the Hun. Marilyn, it's so good to see you here today. You look so terrific.
Thank you, Joe. You know, it's an unbelievable pleasure to be here on the Joe Franklin Show. And you know, gentlemen may prefer blondes, but blondes prefer cute, handsome talk show hosts like yourself, Joe.
Oh, boy. Nothing wrong with that. And how could I not ask Attila, what is new in the life of my favorite conqueror?
Well, Joe, you know, it's a great pleasure for me to be here. Whenever I'm in the Times Square area, I always drop in and see my friend Joe Franklin. You know, Joe, I just came back from 4 weeks. I was at the Tropicana, where I was appearing with Barbara Mandrell. And you know, Joe, she's a little vixen. She sings, she dances, she tells jokes, she plays every musical instrument you possibly could imagine, so she is marvelous. And Joe, I'm in New York, I'm promoting my new book, which I wish you'd hold up for me.
If you want me to. Let's see, are my fingernails well manicured today?
They look beautiful, Joe, because I love you. I love Joe Franklin. There's no two ways about it.
One cuticle and I'm out of a job. I got to keep that straight.
You're a cuticle yourself, Joe. Listen, you know, they wrote a book called The Joy of Sex.
Right.
So I wrote a book called The Joy of Pillaging, which I think is my interpretation of the same kind of thing there.
Marilyn, Attila is obviously the rugged or the outdoor type of man. You know, I wonder, Marilyn, is that category of man attractive to women?
Yes, indeed he is. He's very attractive. In fact, I'm getting goose pimply all over.
Attila, what are your first and earliest impressions of Marilyn Monroe?
Well, to tell you the truth, Joe, I was never in Marilyn. I was in Philadelphia once, and I liked that very, very much.
I think he means me.
Oh, you, Marilyn, oh my God. Of course, I think Marilyn is beautiful, Joe. She's a beautiful woman.
Have you seen any of my movies?
Well, I saw one film called Some Like It Hot. I got one question for you, Marilyn, if I may, a personal question. That Tony Curtis, is he really as good-looking in person as he is on the movie screen?
He sure is.
I knew it. I love that Tony Curtis. Not like I love Joe Franklin, but I love Tony Curtis nonetheless.
You got good taste.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Marilyn, the one and only Marilyn. You must get a little bit tired, though, constantly traveling back and forth, coast to coast all the time.
I am tired all the time, Joe. I can't sleep. I toss and turn all night. I kick the covers off me and I twist and turn all over the bed. What should I do?
Well, if I were you, honey, I'd charge admission. That's just a little Hun joke, a little one. Come on, laugh it up. What is this, the Donahue show? Come on, laugh it up.
Marilyn, you being, no doubt, the most famous blonde in all of the world, how about you telling us once and for all, Miss Monroe, the real truth? Do blondes have more fun?
Oh, golly gee, Joe, I don't really know.
You know, Joe, I think blondes do have more fun. At least when they're with me. That's Hun joke number 2.
That's the author of The Joy of Pillaging, right?
It's a great book, Joe. I wish you would read it.
Good. Now in its third printing.
Third printing, at least.
Second two printings were blurred, I heard. That's what.
Of course, yes, but they were better. They were better.
Marilyn, I know you've got to run. You've got a busy schedule, but how about telling our friends out there what might be in the future for Marilyn Monroe?
Well, when I go back to Hollywood, I'm going to start on my new movie, Romeo and Juliet, by William Shakespeare. But I almost didn't get the part. When Mr. Zanuck told me what Romeo and Juliet was about, he said it was about a young man who wants to make love to his girl in a balcony. Well, I told Mr. Zanuck, if a man expects to make love to a girl, at least he should spring for orchestra seats.
You know, this is a smart girl here, Joe. Don't let her fool you. This is a smarty.
Attila, I know that you're in a hurry, too. You're at a busy itinerary.
Joe,
but
I've got to get out of here. You know I hate to eat in Hun.
I know.
That was just a 3/3 Hun joke for the show.
But where might our audience see Attila the Hun these days and these nights?
Joe, this coming Labor Day, I will be at the Concord Hotel with the marvelous Regis Philbin. What a fabulous performer. You've never seen his act, have you, Joe? He is out of this world. And then, of course, they'll be doing a new TV movie, which is a sequel to my life story. My first one was called Hun. The sequel is called Son of Hun. That's my last joke. I promise. I know you're angry at me. That's my last one.
I love you.
And we've really got to go, Joe.
I want to wish...
Whenever I'm here, I stop in, don't I?
You do.
I love this man. I love Joe Franklin. I love him.
Let me say much happiness and much success in the future to Marilyn and Attila. I'll be right back. Don't ever leave me.